Pinkponish here, and I cannot play this game. What do I mean? Well, unfortunately, squads, people die too quick. My enemies die too quick, and I can't even play competition without getting any slack. Okay, what do I mean by that? I can't play pubs with my friends, because if I play with my friends, I get accused of stacking, and all my enemies just die, and then, you know, we don't lose. We get double-digit kills, all of us almost, and it's ridiculous. Come watch the stream if you don't know what I'm talking about. Now, I can't play competition without people also telling me I stack competition, apparently. I had someone come into my stream just a couple days ago after the tournament and go, oh, you guys, you know, stacking and all that stuff. I get that everywhere, okay? So I can't even play competition, and I can't play pubs. So what do I play in this game, all right? And so the title of this video, the thumbnail, is I quit, right? I'm not quitting this game, but in all seriousness, I really thought long and hard about quitting this game for Breachers. I was like that close to going full-time Breachers and just going hard on that, all right? And the reason that I stuck to this game is because this game is a social game, and that's really what it's all about, right? I've made all these friends that I've still play with for years, some of them, and new friends every day. And that's what it's all about, right? This game is a social game. It's not a highly competitive esports game, unfortunately. And that's clearly what Big Box has envisioned for this game, because it feels like they're trying to hurt the top players in every update they make. What is the elephant in the room? The problem for this game? Number one is the skill gap, okay? What do I mean by that? The skill gap between someone just starting this game and then people who've been playing for 2 years is just too large to cover. This poor person down here has almost no chance against these people up here who've been playing this game for 2 years or a year. And then these people queue with their full-time squads. And then these people, you know, are just playing solo queue and they're just getting into the game. The poor level 20s are thrown up against the level 60 pluses and they get murderized, okay? And so this video is really about not my issues in this game. This video is really about helping the new player base, okay? Looking out for the little guy. Because this whole channel, this YouTube channel, is really about helping the little guy. So we need to address the skill gap. There's many more little problems. We can talk about bug fixes, crashes, and all that kind of stuff. And they do a good job of addressing those. Why is this such a big deal? Because this game just went free to play. This is the time for this game to catapult into that big Call of Duty Warzone kind of level game that we all hope this game will be. If you're watching this video, some crazy Asian scientist nerd ranting about this video game, well, you must love this video game, all right? And we want this game to balloon. We want it to catapult up into that next level. But how is that going to happen? We have to help the new casual players, okay? So when I'm talking about new casual players, I'm not talking about you veterans who have like a 20% win ratio or 15% win ratio, 30% win ratio. We're talking about the average casual player. And from what I was told, just through word of mouth, the average player is like at like a really low, don't quote me, but it's like below 10% win ratio and like less than 8 kill per game average, right? So we're talking about that player base. How can we help them? Big Box, this is not new to Big Box. They've known this forever, and they've been making all these changes that have clearly been trying to hurt the top players base since for like a year, all right? Every single change is to nerf the high-skilled players so that, you know, everyone else has a chance. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you know, just watch our Twitch channel. You'll see when we play pubs, and this is what you're watching in the background. Just a pub game where I'm solo. And now, let's get back to the problem here. The real problem in this current meta is the time to kill right now, okay? The time to kill is too fast, okay? First off, I think it's important to talk about why this game is great over all the other VR first-person shooters out there. The movement. Period. Okay, you have Contractors, you have Veil, you have Breachers. What does this game do better than those other games? Well, first off, this is a battle royale, but the movement in this game is so much better than all those other games that it makes those other games feel sluggish. This is a VR game that really immerses the person in it, almost Ready Player One style, and requires some physical prowess, all right? This is a physical game. I've played Breachers, I've played the others a little bit, I've watched the others. They're not physical games. This is a physical activity, this game. And, you know, I've heard people say that their doctors prescribe them this to lose weight. And I could prescribe someone that to someone this to lose weight. This is an active game. And it's all about the movement. So don't nerf the movement. And why do I say that right now? Well, right now, a problem with the current meta is that you die too quick because of the time to kill. The time to kills are so quick that you can't fly around. Now it's all about hold your hard cover. Don't leave your hard cover until your teammate shoots the enemy, and then you're free to move to the next hard cover. It's like move hard cover to hard cover to hard cover. That's a really boring meta, okay? We want to fly around. We want to build Fortnite castles and, you know, like, and live a little longer, all right? Fortnite, this is, let's not kid ourselves. This is the VR Fortnite right now. If Fortnite ever creates a version of this game will die, right? And so they should monopolize on that VR Fortnite space and not try to mimic all the other games. They have this time to kill change mimics all of the other first-person shooters for VR. The time to kills in those other first-person shooters are around the same, if not fast, a little bit faster than Population 1. And those games, it's okay for it to do that because that's a different play style of game, right? This game is kind of like Echo VR. The movement is the key, all right? Remember that, big box. The movement is the key. We want to fly around. We want to have fun. Right now in this current meta, you cannot fly. You fly, you die. That's like everyone's mantra right now. It's like fly and die. I see streamers go fly and die, right? Like in their title and stuff like that. Like in this meta, you cannot build. The build breaks too fast. They nerfed the build. They made all guns build faster, essentially. So you can't build against two people who are shooting at you anymore. That makes it not fun because this game's all about build. There's not enough build. Before, if I had 20 to 30 build, I could do like fun, strategical things with the build. Now, if I have 100 build and 2 to 3 people are shooting at me, that 100 build's gone in like less than like 20 seconds. I'm just spamming it, the build goes, it breaks so quick. So it's this game, the time to kill does not do this game any favors. So while the big elephant in the room, problem-wise, is the skill gap, the biggest problem at this moment right now is that time to kill, which leads up into that skill gap. Okay, why? Because everyone dies too quick. The skill gap is hurt even more. Why is that? You're going to watch me in this game. Everyone here dies too quick. These poor players on the enemy team, they just get melted. They don't have a chance to react in many cases. I watch a lot of streamers out there. And I don't just watch the top player streamers. I watch everyone, all right? And I lurk in their streams. And in every single day, I hear someone go, I just got melted. I died so quick, I didn't even have a chance to respond, all right? And that is the problem. So if I put out a video a little bit ago about saying the MP5 kills people too fast, and you know people don't even have a chance to react because the time to kill is less than half a second or even around half a second. And that's just too fast for someone to react. This is a physical game. For you to see the thing, react to it physically, that takes milliseconds to do. And with lag and all that other kind of stuff, people die too quick. You just have no chance to respond. This game was a lot better when the time to kill was slower, okay? Because we need physical time to react. Unlike those other first-person shooters where it's not as physical, right? All the other first-person shooters on the desktop, really fast time to kill, but it's just mouse and keyboard. A lot less reaction skills and physical skills needed to do the movement, all right? So now let's get to it. The time to kill too fast. How can we fix that? Well, that's easy, all right? Let's go back to the old meta, all right? I'm not even joking. We need time to kills that are above a second, okay? Nobody in this game knows the math better than me for time to kills for all the weapons. Most guns right now, the SMGs particularly, have a sub 1 second time to kill. And that's too fast. Even the assault rifles can kill in about a second. And that's just too fast. This game is, it takes an average person about like 4 minutes to get into a game, right? You put on the headset, you set up your Guardian, you get on your clothes. By the time you load up the game, you get into a match. That might even be 5 minutes. By the time I put on the Quest 2, I get in my exercise clothes, I get into a lobby, I wait for that lobby to start. It's probably 5 minutes, right? So 5 minutes takes me to get into the game. And then I get into this game, and you come against pink pwners in here, like you're going to see in some of these videos, and they die within less than half a second. So if it takes them 6 minutes to get into a game, 5-6 minutes to get into a game, and they die in a fraction of a second, that's just not fun, all right? All those other first-person shooters I talked about, particularly the desktop ones, you get into a game so fast, it doesn't matter if you die in like a fraction of a second. You could just jump back in another one. But the reality in this game is that it takes even minutes just to get into a game. And, it's a social experience because you're talking to people. And then if you just die in a fraction of a second, you're not playing a game. You're just dead the whole time, all right? So to fix this current large issue that we have right now, which is the skill gap, but specifically the time to kill, which leads into that skill gap, then we have to make the time to kills longer. Okay, now I'm not just saying revert all the time to kills to, you know, pre-patch, because I think it's got to be a little bit better than that even. And you don't have to go far on Facebook to hear people complaining about this. This is a serious issue. Okay, now Big Box made the time to kills faster, I believe, to like, I bet you like the Big Box people, they watch like top player streams like Scanter, and they go, okay, we can't have Scanner just rolling through 3 teams, you know, by himself. We need to nerf this guy. So let's make all the SMGs do more damage, break his build faster, so he can't just go through and stomp 3 teams, right? And I bet they go to his stream now, and they see him charge teams, and they go, oh, hey, we did great because that team killed him. You know, with SMGs and stuff like that, because he doesn't roll through as easy anymore. He certainly rolls through lobbies. I was just watching him earlier today. But he can definitely die a lot easier, all right? We all can definitely die a lot easier. But here's the trick. So that in their minds, I bet you they love this meta because they go, oh, the top player died to that team. Excellent. We're doing fantastic, y'all. But the real issue here with this kind of current meta is that the people that the top players die to are not these casual players down here, okay? The people I die to in public lobbies is not these people down here. And you see all these people getting melted in these clips and all. It's actually the veterans. So this meta, Big Box intentionally tried to make these time kills faster so that top players, like they squeeze, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you know, squeeze out the skill gap between the very, very top and the very, very low to kind of get something like that. But in reality, what happened is by increasing the time to kills, the middle players, the veterans, like early comp players, the comp bottoms, like the people who play competition but they're not like up to the top people, these guys got the buff. The veterans, the level 60s, these guys got the buff right here, the pub stompers, because now these people have a lot better shot at killing the top players, but these people stand 0 chance now. I could pull up so many clips of me running through teams with an MP5 in pubs. I didn't want to do that particularly, but the problem is these beginner casual players didn't get that buff. They don't know how to shoot the MP5 and make sure they can win that 0.5 second time to kill battle against me. They got 0 chance at that. I'm going to kill them even faster. And that's what happened. Between the very top players and the very bottom, you know, the casual players, the beginner players, the skill gap has gotten even worse. And just come watch in my stream, Big Box, if you need to see this. Now, who is killing me and, you know, like the top players better is those 3 stacked veteran comp, you know, veteran beginner comp teams and like the veteran level 60s, 58s, all those kind of people. They're the ones who got buffed because now they can kill like the scanners and all that when they 3 stack and they're rolling their squads still. The people, you know, these people have been playing together a year or 2 and they go, oh man, we're killer now. We love this patch because they're stomping really hard. And so you have essentially, Big Box, made the skill gap between the top and the bottom larger, but you also made this middle ground one, this top one. We got the very top people, the GOATs up here, the best competition level up here. We have like the veterans here. You made this veteran and the casual one go like this. You made this happen. If you don't know what I mean, I was going to pull up almost people's stats and show. I'm in a whole bunch of Discords. I watch people post their stats just for fun. You know, I'm cruising through Discords. Ever since this latest meta, I have seen people who have had, I'm not going to name stats or name people or, you know, but like I've seen those veteran early comp players get the stats that I used to have when I cared about stats, where I'm rolling like 80, 90% win ratio. My kills is like 5 per game and like all that kind of thing, all right? So you buffed these guys here, and these poor beginner players are just getting rickrolled right now in every game they go in. Now this is very obvious, all right? Because so I in this game, I think in this stream, I even went into the Classic Squad solo on accident, but I played with so many players in this like the Classic Squads, and they're like, it's so depressing hearing what these people say. They don't know who I am most of the time in the Classic Squads because usually you get the beginner players in the Classic Squads. We'll talk about that in a second. But it's so depressing when I hear these people talking. Like they go, oh man, like I haven't won this game in like ever since I started playing, or I haven't won this game, I haven't got a win in like a month, or I don't play the normal squads because I'll never win there. It's just too sweaty. I can't get a kill even. Like the words that I'm getting, the feedback that I'm getting from these casual players, people who just start, is so depressing. And I've said that if you've been in my stream, like, man, that's depressing. Like, and I try to queue up with them and we roll. I've been doing most of my games these days. 80% of my games are solo these days because I can't play with my friends. That's what I said in the beginning. Because even when I played last night with my friends, like, oh man, you're with your people, like we got no chance. And of course the lobby got rolled. And so you gotta help these casual beginner players, right? Make the time to kill longer first. That's the first thing we gotta do, so that they have a chance to react, throw up some build that isn't just gonna die in a fraction of a second, so they can throw up some build, heal a little bit, and they're gonna live longer. Everyone living longer is a good thing, right? Not just the top players, but even beginner players. They need a chance to live longer because they're just dying too quick, all right? So that's number one. Now, what I do like is the banana buff. I think that's an excellent buff where the banana goes 0 to 100. It sounds like a nerf, but it's actually a buff because it makes it so that the casual players only need to peel one banana and they're getting more health back. I think that's a really big buff because like the top players can do that really fast, and it makes there was a skill gap there, but man, the banana buff, that was solid. Excellent work, big box on that one. Okay, and I almost forgot to mention that I've been talking about time to kill and I skipped over that. We spent a lot of time on it, but the biggest reason, big box, that you should also consider really making the time to kill longer is that I've been talking really with a North American mindset focus. That's where I'm from. But the problem is these poor international people who have these 300, 200 pings. When they fight a player like me who has 40 ping, I've got an MP5. They've got an MP5. Like, there's zero chance because with a 0.4, 0.5 second time to kill on the MP5, for example, like, by the time their computer registered what just happened, they're already dead. They have zero chance to put up build and react because build is even slower for them to put out. They need more time to react because with their ping and the time to kill, there's 0% chance to respawn if they're caught off guard. And, it's not fun to walk in the open. It pretty much forces them not to walk in the open because if they walk anywhere in the open, they get caught off guard. They have zero chance to react. So they have to stay in a building, hold their hard cover, be really careful. But that's not fun. A game you just want to, fly around in. So again, consider the international people as well. Again, the big issue in this whole game is the skill gap, right? The first miniature problem we have is the time to kills, right? And I spent a lot of time talking about time to kills here because this game should not have a fast time to kill. It's not like those other games we mentioned, right? But number two, and I think this is another solution. We talked about the problems. This is another solution, okay? Now, to another miniature problem. The problem now is that there's no way to separate the sweaty mother teams that always 3-stack. They've been playing for a year, 2 years together, and now they rickroll teams because time to kill so fast. So they know how to hold. They watch Pink Ponage videos, so they know how to hold their card cover, put pressure on enemies, squeeze them, so they'll never lose to the casual players, the real casual players. And so now those veterans here are rickrolling through all these public lobbies until they run into goats only, pretty much, or other veteran 3-stack teams. Now, there needs to be a way, and this is the second miniature problem, to separate these players, all right? And I think we're very close to this solution here. And it kind of just dawned on me when I was thinking about this video today. Right now, we have a classic squads, right? And we have the regular squads, whatever you want to call it. Now, naturally, what has happened is that now there are the beginner players or the casual players in the classic squads, and there are a lot more sweaty players in the ranked squads, okay? And that's a good thing, all right? That's a really, really good thing. And so the reason for that is you got the beginners, they know this already. they know this, and they avoid the real squads like the plague. When you play in a classic squads and if you play solo, and so you're playing with really, really new players and you talk to them, ask them. They're going to answer that, okay? They're like, I don't play in that one because those people are just stupid. I don't even have a chance to live there. And so I think this is a good trend, and this is what Big Box needs to do. Listen, this is the easiest change, Big Box. I know you got this in the coding already. You have your regular squads, which it's called right now, but what you need to do is make that the ranked. Make that the ranked. The old ranked mode that we had that a lot of people hated, and we haven't brought it back because we had so much pushback against it. Make that ranked. Literally, it's that simple. Make the current one ranked. Just keep the classic squads as is, all right? And you're going to get the sweaty motherfuckers like me just going on the ranked squads because, you know, I first off, I don't play classic squads anyways. I don't want to bully those people. But you're going to get the sweaty people in the ranked squads because most of the veterans don't like the classic map. That's the trick. The veterans don't like the classic map because it is a slower map. It's less loot, less sniper ammo. So you're going to get all the sweaty people, Big Box, in the ranked mode just by calling. You have to call it ranked. You can't call it normal squads. You got to call it ranked. Even if you don't have a ranked system. God, you would trick people, all the veterans, and, oh, I got to play in ranked. I'm half joking. But like make the leaderboards only count for the ranked. It could be that simple. You don't have to bring back the whole crazy ranked system where you get the grand banana, the diamond. You don't have to do that, Big Boss. I'm gonna make you lazier. You could just make it so that the leaderboards only count the ranked mode. The new ranked mode, which is currently the squads mode. All right? That's the easiest way to do a Big Box. You have two options. That you make the current squads, call it ranked, and make your leaderboards. You put the kill leaderboard back. A lot of people don't like that you took away the kill leaderboard. You put the kill leaderboard back. You got the win leaderboard and the casual. Well, let's call the other one. Let's call the other one casual. That's what Rainbow Six Siege did. They call it ranked and casual. Call the other one casual, and then no leaderboard stats in there at all. Right? Period. And that way, the people who want to have fun and socialize and just play casual will go there. You'll naturally get all the sweaty bastards in the ranked mode, which is really just the normal mode relabeled. Right? That's free, Big Box. Take that one. Roll with it. You don't even have to add in some crazy coding for the old rank system. You don't have to have a staff person every month. They have to, make sure that the reward systems get pushed out. You don't have to do that. Just make it that simple. But if you wanted to and you got the staff, yes, make seasons for rank like it did before, and you're going to even more so guarantee that you get the sweatier people there. Give them a title that nobody cares about except them. And then you're going to be fine. That's two options, though. But that one takes more effort from you. And I think you can probably use your staff elsewhere in better ways, all right? But those are two options to fix the grouping. Get the sweatier players away from the normal players. And, this is another option, Big Box, is obviously make the matchmaking better. I know you can tweak the matchmaking. I can feel when the matchmaking is working some days and when it isn't, and when you've lowered it. Like, I've been playing this game every day for 2.5, 3 years. I know when the matchmaking's on and when it isn't, all right? Or when you've, upped it and when you've lowered it, or when it doesn't have good matchmaking, like classic squads, for example, versus the normal squads right now. I wouldn't mind, and I speak for a lot of people, and I wouldn't mind waiting a few more minutes to get into just a pure veteran lobby. I really don't mind playing against only veterans. I don't mind losing, in squads. I play competition, so I don't care losing in squads. I don't have to protect my stats or any crap like that. I don't mind waiting an extra 3-4 minutes, seriously, to get a good game where it's almost competition where everyone in there is a level 60 plus, and they know what they're getting into. I'm really cool with that. And that could be if you're too lazy to do the ranked and the casual system, what I'm telling you is the lazier method is to really bump that algorithm. Make me wait. I don't care if I wait. I'll talk to my friends for 3 minutes. This is a social game. I'll talk to the stream for 3 minutes, right? Not that big a deal. So that's the laziest method. I don't recommend that method, Big Box. I think it's just gonna be healthier if you do it the other two ways. But because everyone's been calling for better matchmaking, it hasn't happened over 2 years. Really hardcore matchmaking everyone wants. And I think, the obvious issue to that is the player base number. So we don't have to talk about that one. That's there, though, just, obviously. But don't lazy out on that one. The other two are better. The first option is the best, all right? Period. So after I ended the stream, I read through the comments, and this one is really important to include in this video. To help out the international players, You know, you've already buffed the banana and you fixed shield sodas, which is really cool. But the one thing, Big Box, that you have to do also is you have to fix somehow the build. You know, when an international player is playing with like a 300 ping versus a 40 ping that someone else has from like North America or something, the build advantage there is just too large. Like someone like me who can spam build like crazy and it comes out really quick, versus when you have 200 to 300 ping, the build comes out a lot more noticeably slower. So much so that it has to change the way you play, and it puts you at a large disadvantage. I don't have the solution for that one because I don't want you to just nerf the build for the North American player, because that's kind of how I think the shield sodas worked. You just kind of nerfed how fast you can drink them a little bit. I don't want you to do that for the build, because I think building fast is a good thing. I just don't know a way. I don't know if it's possible to, like, you know, buff that somehow for someone who has high ping. But just know that that's an issue, and that's a big one, because this game's all about the build. Okay. So with that, I think we'll end this YouTube video. Thank you for watching. I've been rambling for a long time, but this game needs to be fixed now while we have all these new people coming in, so we can continue to grow it, because I guarantee you I have no stats. I'm a data person. I'm a scientist. I would love to have these stats. But I bet you all these people who were tried out free, they immediately got stomped, died within a fraction of a second, and said this game's BS. Right? Like, they want to live longer. Let them live longer. Let them enjoy the game, because it does take time to put on a headset, adjust your space, get into a lobby, make them feel rewarded by just running around and looting a little longer. Honestly, honestly, looting is fun in this game. I have teammates that just talk about their shopping the whole time. I'm not going to name names, but I think it's hilarious. It's fun just to loot. Whereas the other games, the other first-person shooters, they don't have that kind of aspect. That's all you got to do to change this, man. I know it's a lot of changes, but I know you've had this in past coding, so it shouldn't be that hard. You know how to do it. I know by all these intentional changes that I was able to pick up on that you made to have all these things have nice niches. Yeah, it did great. You just need to go a little bit further, and you're not going to have to make any changes for a long, long, long time. We do have to talk about the weapon meta.